How thread termination achieved? A thread is automatically destroyed when the run method has completed its execution. Threads are terminated when an unusual error occurred, like a segmentation fault or an unhandled exception. Also, there will be some situations to kill or stop the thread before it has completed its life cycle. In previous versions of Java, suspend, resume, and stop methods were used to manage to terminate the threads. These methods were deprecated because of the system failures. Preferred ways to stop a thread is either using flags or thread interrupt methods. By using boolean flag, we can define a boolean variable stopping threads. As an example, we can define a variable as exit, and whenever we want to stop a thread, we can assign the variable to true and stop the execution of the thread by checking this value. This approach can cause inconsistencies because the variable in the main thread is not visible to inside the thread. By using a volatile boolean flag, the volatile keyword is one of the approaches to providing thread safety. Because the volatile variable directly stored in the main memory, changes can be visible to other threads immediately. Thus, using the boolean flag with volatile makes our code thread safe. So we can get rid of the visibility problem which exists in the first approach. The third method is by using interrupt methods. When an interrupt has been sent to a thread, it has been terminated. Calling the thread interrupt method sets a flag known as the interrupt status to true. The default value of this flag is false. What does join method do? The join method in Java allows the thread to wait until another thread completes its execution. In other words, it waits for the other thread to die. It has a void type and throws interrupted exception. Join is another mechanism for inter-thread synchronization. The join method may also return if the reference thread was interrupted. In this case, the method throws an interrupted exception. And also, if a reference thread was already terminated or has not been started, the call of the join method returns immediately. What are the different implementations of join? There are three types of join method implementation. The join method without parameter waits for the thread to die. It will put the current thread on wait until the thread on which is dead. If the thread is interrupted, then it will throw interrupted exception. Join with long millis. The join method with the millisecond will keep the waiting if the reference thread is blocked or taking too long to process. It will put the current thread on wait until the thread on which is called is dead or wait for the specified time of defined milliseconds. Join method with long milliseconds and int nanos. The join method with two parameters waits for the specified time for this thread to die. It will put the current thread on wait until the thread on which it is called is dead or wait for the specified time of millisecond plus nanoseconds. It waits at most for the defined period for this thread to die. How can we make sure that the threads execute in a particular order? In multithreading programming, starting threads in a sequential manner does not start and end them in a specified order. Because deciding to run a thread depends on a thread scheduler, threads can run in a different order each time. One approach to running a thread in sequential order is using the join method. Because the join method in Java allows one thread to wait until another thread completes its execution. In other words, by join method, a thread can wait for the other thread to die in order to start execution. How do we check if a thread is alive? By using the isAlive method, we can check if the thread is alive or not.